Hello everybody and welcome back to The Lost Planeswalker. You're here with me, Jesse, the Lost Planeswalker, and today I'm here to talk about Bloomburrow, what we know about it, what you need to know before you decide to buy anything from this set, and just a little brief update about what cards we've seen and maybe what to expect. Bloomburrow is the third standard legal set of the year. It is probably going to be one of the most popular. I know this year has been full of really popular fun sets, but this is going to be an entirely anthropomorphic set, meaning everything, there's no humans, they're all creatures, which is a very fun theme. With that, we see pairings similar to the Ravnica 2-color guild pairings for creature types we've grown used to over the years. But I know that this is going to be a set that is going to fill up a lot of those kindred creature types that maybe we haven't received as much support for in the past. That'll hopefully make some of those more playable. I'm going to start out by talking about some of the cards we've received so far, looking at maybe what's ahead for there. Then I'm going to talk about the commander decks, and then finally the other related products that you might be interested picking up for this set. So very quickly, I want to run through the cards we've seen already, just reading off the names, not going through them. We have Mabel, heir to Cragflame. We can see we have three distinct frames here. We have the default frame that you can pick up in any number of packs. You have the showcase. And then finally, the special raised foil. Now, we did receive a raised foil version of Lumara, Bellower of the Woods, which is the next card we're going to check out. And you can kind of see there's this special frame. I mean, to me, it almost looks Neon Ink inspired, but obviously it's raised foil, according to Magic the Gathering. So that'll be cool if you want to pick up some of those cards. But we also have Lumara here, another very cool card. Again, we have the showcase, and we almost have like a schematic looking version of Lumara, which is a pretty cool version if I do say so myself. Two of the other cards that we got spoiled very early were Bria, Riptide Rogue, and Burke, Long Ear of the Law. These are going to be two cards you can find in the starter kit that they're also releasing with Bloomburrow, which I think is a great idea. It is pretty interesting that they also decided to release a starter kit in this set and also Assassin's Creed, trying to get more people started in Magic, so I think that's a great idea there. And a set of mountains that show all the different environments or seasons, I guess, which is probably something we'll see with every basic land type, so that's very cool. So the other day, we did receive some other cards that are gonna give us some more idea of what to expect with this set. So we received a cycle of villages, and it showed us that there are going to be 2-color pairs for all of these different creature types, some that we're used to and some that are kind of new to us. So first off, we have frogs that are going to be green and blue. Then we have rabbits that are going to be green and white. Raccoons are going to be green and red. And squirrels are going to be green and black. Next up, we have lizards that are going to be red and black. Mice that are going to be red and white. Otter that are going to be red and blue. Bat that are going to be black and white. Rat that are going to be black and blue. And lastly, birds that are going to be blue and white. So some of these newer color pairs that I didn't really see before, I think are raccoons. I don't think we received a lot about raccoons so far, so that one's pretty new. In addition, otters being blue and red, we've kind of seen a little bit of that, but it's kind of hardening that color pair. And rats have traditionally been really black solo, so I really like them pairing up with blue as well. So the next card we got is Salvation Swan. Pretty cool card that can exile creatures, give them flying counters. And then we got a example of each type of common with Sunshower Druid, Might of the Meek, Early Winter, Pearl of Wisdom, and Carrot Cake. All of these seem pretty fun and limited and pretty playable. Obviously, my favorite is the Sunshower Druid. I'm going to be covering heavily the frogs because they're my favorite creatures, and I just can't wait to see what other cards we get from this set, so I'm very excited to see that. But the last card that we got spoiled, that was actually spoiled in one of the story for Bloomburrow that you might want to read, is Hugs, Grizzly Guardian. So that's another creature type maybe we can expect in red and green that, you know, along raccoons. But with that out of the way, I want to very quickly just cover some of the different commander decks with what we know so far. So starting out, we have the Animated Army, which is a raccoon-inspired creature deck. They make trash and do smash, which is probably some of the funniest commander deck explanation that we've seen. yeah, these are just going to make maybe trash tokens or something, and then you can use those to deal damage, or maybe you can animate stuff. It says animate army. So this is going to be a really cool ability. You know, we're probably not animating dead. We're maybe animating objects or trash. So I think this is a really cool effect, and I can't wait to see what this deck does. Next up, we have Family Matters, which is a Jeskai deck, and I think this one's going to be pretty much more straightforward. We're going to be making, you know, certain creature types that are going to be making a lot of small tokens as this makes offspring and then goes wide. So pretty clear there. Next up is Peace Offering. It's going to be a group hug effect and +1/+1 counters. So green, white, and blue for some Bant. This is going to be a pretty cool deck. I mean, I'm nothing out of the ordinary. These are very much group hug colors, and I'm interested to see how that commander benefits you as well here. And then lastly, we have Squirreled Away. You hoard tokens and you make squirrels. This is not a new color for squirrels at all. Obviously, Chatterfang is one of the most popular commanders, being in the top 100, and, you know, we're going to get some new stuff to help make that even better. I'm very interested what these hoarding tokens is, so can't wait to see there. But now briefly touching the other products in the set, of course, we're going to have play boosters. That is the new booster type. Those are going to range at around $140 a box, or about $4 a pack. So nothing out of the ordinary for the increased prices that play boosters come to. So I could probably see that since this set is going to be pretty desirable, I can see those prices being a little higher at your local game stores, as these might sell out quicker and then it's going to be harder to get more stock. We're obviously going to have collector boosters, you know, right around $220. This again, if there's some standout cards, these boxes could go up a little bit. We have the Bloomburrow bundle, $40. These are my favorite products to pick up because you get a little bit of the set and then a cool box to kind of remember the set by. In addition, like I mentioned earlier, we have the starter kit, which is a great way to maybe get one of your friends into Magic, bring this over, open it up, and you can kind of play these two constructed decks while teaching them at the same time. If you're going to go to a pre-release event, obviously there's pre-release kits. Those are super fun to pick up as well, especially if you want to get someone new into Magic. Or there's a guaranteed rare with a stamp on it, and some of those end up being worth a lot of money, so that's something to consider as well. We do have the 4 commander decks. You know, we're not really sure what those prices are going to be because we don't know what the commanders are going to be yet. That's probably something we'll get spoiled here in the next couple of days as spoilers start rolling out. But, you know, to pick up all 4, I'm seeing 150, maybe less, to grab all those. So if you're interested in just picking up all those, it might be a good time to do so. And lastly, a special thing I want to talk about, because they only do this every so often. A company called Beetle and Grimm's makes specialty Magic products. I don't know how they get this contract, but it looks like they're making token sets for Bloomburrow, and I don't know exactly what that entails because obviously the set's not out. They're not going to release tokens yet, but it is interesting. The one I'm seeing here is $45, and that's kind of pricey for tokens, but Beetle and Grimm is notorious for those very expensive collaborations. So if this is something you're interested in, you know, maybe look into it. Honestly, they're just going to make so many of these, I think, and it's going to be hard to pick up. So if you're a collector and maybe this is a set you want, look into that. Otherwise, I think you could pass. They do things every once in a while, and the prices seem to be too high where it's really affordable for everyone, or it's too limited to be affordable to everyone. So I'm going to pass on this, honestly, but something else cool to look into. Now, before I go, I just want to say I'm really looking forward to this set. You know, my initial thoughts are this seems pretty cool. Obviously, I voiced my opinions about the frogs, but I think this is going to be a very, very fun set to play. It is going to be purely kindred creature type, you know, building a deck based around different creature types, which is honestly what you already do in Magic, but this one's going to be more straightforward because you're going to see a bird, you put bird and bird together. You see frog, put frog and frog together. I think this is going to be a cool way to kind of teach some people how to build decks, and obviously in a limited environment, there's probably going to be some standout combinations that aren't typical, so I think that this is going to be very interesting to see play out. In addition, the legendaries from the set seem fun but not too overpowered, so I think this could be a very cool time to pick up some of these cards because I don't think anything is going to be too expensive, at least of what we've seen so far. So a good set. It's not going to be too expensive as what we've seen already, and this could be a really fun way to maybe get someone into Magic. Maybe if someone who, you know, wants to see these cute cards. And that's all today, so thank you so much for watching. It really means the world to me that you've watching these videos. I'm going to be trying to do spoilers as they come out starting tomorrow, or today actually, as this video airs. And comment down below what you think. Are there any predictions you have for Bloomburrow? Is there anything that you're excited to see? I know I've been looking at some of the story and seeing some of those images. There's this Floodgar or something. It seems super cool. I can't wait to see what that card's about. In addition, if you could leave a like, share this video with a friend, and subscribe, that would mean the world to me. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Now today's Scryfall card of the day is Jury Master of the Review. Sure, the invasion was violent, but where was the beauty? As an artist, I had to intervene. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, I'll see you later, Planeswalkers.